Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I'm awake, apparently. No. Anyway, this is more Yousei, and let's get right back into it. I don't remember what happened. So I dialed Aki's number. Oh yeah, I woke up, freaking Lee May out. Wow, did I really sleep that long? Lee May nods. Where are the others?
Gone.
Okay. I dial Aki's number. The phone only rings once before she answers.
Khan, you're awake!
Evidently. Where are you?
Back at the dorms, taking care of Kizaki right now.
Kizaki? Someone else must be with her if she's calling him that. I can hear the faint sound of frenzied music in the background. Some sort of video game? Aaron's with you, isn't he?
Got it in one. How are you feeling?
Like my head just got bashed in with a giant bell. She laughs, but it's forced.
Yeah, this day didn't turn out quite like we planned, huh?
I'm sure it went well according to someone's plan. She's quiet for a moment.
Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing. Why don't you come back to the dorms and we can chat about it?
Sounds good. I'm starving, though.
Cafeteria's still open. Do you have your card?
I check my pocket. Yeah,
The two of you should get some food then. Come back when you're done.
sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Later. I hang up and turn to find Lee May looking at me expectantly. Aki says we should get something to eat.
Okay.
She turns and walks to the door. The hallway's still lit up with piercing light, but now that I know it's night outside, it feels a little colder. I walk slowly, carefully placing one foot in front of the next. I'm still feeling ill from whatever that was. Lee May halts in her tracks and tilts her head to the side. What's wrong? She glances at the door to the main lab. There's some sort of sound coming from inside. It sounds like someone talking. No, it's more panicked than that. Is someone in trouble? I run to the door and throw it open.
Don't let it get away!
A blur of fur darts between my legs and into the hallway. Before I can react, Lee May steps forward and scoops it up in both hands. It's a small white rabbit with shining red eyes. Lee May carries it back into the lab.
Thank you so much.
Jupiter runs forward and lifts the rabbit from Lee May's hands. She walks it back to the small cage, lowers the rabbit in, and shuts the door tightly. Jupiter leans back against the cabinet and sighs.
Crisis averted.
Lee May tentatively approaches the cage. Her eyes are wide with curiosity.
It's okay. You can look.
Lee May nods, and I see a faint smile on her face.
Thank you.
It's not faint. That's like a big smile, for her at least. She leans down until she and the rabbit are eye level with each other. The rabbit turns to her, and its nose twitches. Lee May scrunches up her nose to mirror its actions.
Looks like you've made a friend.
Lee May nods once and leans in even closer. Jupiter smiles. She looks a lot more relaxed than she did this morning. You look happy.
Happy might be pushing it, but I'm definitely feeling better. Sometimes it's hard to keep a cool head when dealing with all the administration, especially when the second in command slacks off all the time.
Second in command?
David, he's supposed to be in charge of inventory and making sure everything is where it belongs.
She points at the rabbit.
Like making sure all the rabbits' cages are locked properly.
I see he takes his job very seriously.
Indeed.
So, what's up with the rabbit anyway? Are you giving it a super soldier serum? Gamma radiation?
Nothing so dramatic. Just examining the effects of some drugs on various organs.
Not much different. Oh yeah? Curing cancer, huh? Jupiter rolls her eyes.
Hardly. What's the phrase? Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Too many cooks spoil the pot, I think. Jupiter considers the phrase for a moment.
Cancer isn't the only disease in the world, but it looks like it if you see what drug companies spend money on.
So you're not in it for the money?
I have enough already.
Jupiter brushes the question aside. So, how exactly do you examine the effects of these drugs anyway? Jupiter stares at me, sympathetically, before glancing at Lee May. Lee May straightens up and faces her calmly.
Do not worry on my account. This creature was born only to die for the sake of others. I understand.
That's not harsh at all. Oh. I stare at the floor and kick it a few times. That killed the conversation pretty fast. So, about earlier.
Don't worry about it. You're not the prime suspect anymore.
What? You mean my name is cleared?
Yes, I calculated the thief's height based on his surroundings and matched it to you.
What?
It's not that hard to figure out if I have a frame of reference. That man is about 10 centimeters taller than you.
Oh, well, that's good, I think.
Good for you, perhaps, but now I don't have any leads.
Must be rough trying to take care of this lab, especially after what happened to Dr. Johansson. Her eyes darken.
What are you talking about? Did something happen to him?
Whoa. She doesn't know? No doubt the police wanted to keep it under wraps, but she worked with him. Why didn't they tell her about it? What am I going to do now? I could be wrong. Maybe that wasn't actually Dr. Johansson. Well, since Kangai doesn't know that, if that is the case, I'm just gonna go with this and maybe I'll learn something. I'm sorry, but he died.
What? You're kidding, right?
Not really. I'm sorry. Wow, that was probably the worst way to inform someone of a death ever.
What happened? Was it here?
Yeah, Aaron and, Kizaki were the ones who found the body.
First his old research is stolen, and now this.
Jupiter begins to absent-mindedly chew on her nail. What? What are you talking about?
I can't be sure, but...
She stands abruptly.
I'm sorry, but I have a lot of work to do. Can you both leave now?
Lime casts a final longing glance at the rabbit before following me out of the lab. We hurry across the campus and enter the cafeteria. It's mostly empty right now. I guess dinner rush doesn't happen until later. This campus seems completely empty. Is it supposed to be? Either that, or most students are avoiding this place. Ha, that instills a lot of confidence in me. Lime and I each grab a tray and pick out food for ourselves from the buffet. I ignore the first few trays loaded with greasy hamburger patties and opt for a bowl of tomato soup with a heap of fruit on the side. Tomato soup? Blah. Fruit? Yeah, love me some fruit. Great stuff. From the color, I'm not sure how long the fruit has been sitting out, but I don't get the luxury of being picky. Lime follows me closely, choosing to sample a small piece of everything. She arranges the bite-sized pieces of food and even rows on her plate. We offer our cards up to the register, and a bored-looking college student swipes them both without bothering to check for ID. It's probably better that way. The ID that Aki supplied me with the other day feels like a lead weight in my pocket. She guaranteed it was government issued for my special situation, but I don't want to take any chances if I don't have to.
Evening, you two.
Hello.
Glad to see you're sampling the local fare.
I don't remember you. It's been like a week and more since I've played this. About a week. Sean observes Leave May's plate. No, I do kind of remember you.
Smart girl, trying everything at once. Wish I had thought of that.
Unless I'm fooling myself into thinking I remember you. Whatever.
Hey, Sugar Bunny.
Oh, hello you. I know you. You're a liar. But I like you. Chance bounces up to us and wraps her arm around Sean.
Sorry I'm late.
Chance turns and plants a dainty kiss on Sean's lips.
Kangai, this is my girlfriend, Chance.
I choke back my surprise. Oh, that's cool? Sean looks at me, puzzled.
Do you guys know each other?
Kangai was at the shop last week when that terrible murder happened.
Ouch, man, that's rough.
You could say that.
And everyone at the lab was harassing him today. They mistook him for a thief.
Yikes, dude. If I had been there, I would have cleared everything up as quickly as I could.
That's okay. I told them he didn't do it.
She giggles, rests her elbows on the table, and props her head up in her hands. She and Sean both look at me expectantly. Yeah, thanks. The feeling that I owe her something lies like a weight in my stomach. Limei gives my shirt a gentle tug. I glance at her from the corner of my eye. It's clear she wants to go. If it's not too much trouble, we're gonna go eat now. It's been a long day for both of us.
Oh, of course. We were just on our way out anyway.
Sean smiles and gives us both an overly enthusiastic wave. He drapes his arm over Chance's shoulder, and the two of them leave the cafeteria. As soon as the door shuts, Limei turns to me. She looks worried. What's wrong?
That girl was there before.
Music, yay. Before?
At the coffee shop, she was there.
Yeah, I kinda know this. Oh, yeah? Kind of weird coincidence, huh? Something in the back of my mind tells me it's not just a coincidence. In fact, hang on. Limei freezes, mid-step. At the lab, she called me Kongai. She shouldn't have known my name. Limei's expression suddenly turns cold, and I instinctively brace myself.
She's a liar.
Ugh, that's like a death stare. Limei strides toward the cafeteria with strict, calculated steps.
I will speak with her.
And eat her soul? Jesus. Hang on, what are you planning? No response. Wait! I grab for her wrist, but she spins around and slips her hand from mine. You can't just go in there and confront her about it. You're right, okay? Chance, well, she lied to us. Limei's gaze is blank. She refuses to move. But we don't have any proof. She could just say she heard my name somewhere around here. We have to find a way to catch her. Recognition slowly flickers back into Limei's eyes.
Kongai.
I exhale slowly. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath. It's okay. We'll figure this out together. We'll find a way to catch her. But for now, let's just eat, okay? Limei nods.
Yes.
I scan the cafeteria for a place to sit. In one corner, David and Nathan share a table. They alternate between a huge pile of cheese-covered fries and a disordered pile of papers that litter the table. Looks like they're working on something. Let's join Nathan and David. Limei nods and we approach them slowly. They seem pretty engrossed in their work. Hey. They both look up at the same time.
Hey!
It's the knot thief!
I'm a knot thief? Okay. Knot thief?
Yeah, Jupe said she cleared your name.
So instead of the thief, you're the knot thief.
Or I'm Kongai. Or I'm Alex. I'm a bunch of things. And here I thought Aki had terrible naming sense. My name's Kongai. This is Limei.
That works too.
Wanna join us?
If it's okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
The two of them hastily shove their fries and papers to one end of the table. Limei slides into a seat and I sit across from her. Aren't you getting your papers dirty? I point at the pile of papers sharing table space with the cheese-covered fries.
It's no big. The students won't notice.
Students?
We're grading papers.
You mean those belong to students? David shoves a handful of cheese fries into his mouth.
Yeah, gotta turn them back tomorrow. Grades are due soon.
I try not to look skeptical, but Nathan doesn't miss the expression on my face.
Don't worry, we'll be careful.
As I watch him sort out papers, it looks like Nathan's the only one actually being careful. David's pile of papers is peppered with grease stains and bits of cheese sauce. I felt bad for his students.
So, where are Ian's from?
Still, so they're instructors? Or are they just aides? They look very young to be instructors. And a little dumb. No offense. Whatever. Oh, I was born in Edgewater.
Cool, me too. Go Soundlings.
Yeah, go Soundlings. I half-hourly pump my fist. Is that a sports team I should know?
And where are you from, Limei?
China.
David perks up.
Oh! Aaron's from China too, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he's Thai, isn't he?
That's Thailand.
Oh, I thought it meant Taiwan.
Taiwan and China are... Never mind. It's complicated.
Anyway, point was, I was wondering if you guys knew each other.
Do you have any idea how big China is?
I was kidding, man.
That conversation fizzled out quickly.
Are you both planning to get into biology in college then?
And Nathan says the day before uncomfortable silence can take hold. Limei nods. Nathan turns to look at me expectantly. Oh, I guess so.
Well, you must be considering it pretty seriously if you're here.
Do you have any questions about the program?
Yeah, what's it like working with Dr. Johansson? I mean, what's his research about?
You won't be seeing him unless you're a grad student.
He doesn't even lecture anymore. We run all his classes.
Busy with his work then. What exactly does he do?
Lots of junk.
Mostly modern medicine, ways to heal the body faster.
Or grow organs based on your own tissue.
Isn't that what Mr. Otson was working on before he died? I glanced at Limei. She's looking back at me. A silent nod passes between us. She's thinking the same thing. I really don't do much commentary during these visual novels, do I? Because I'm just doing all the reading. Plus, I'm engrossed in the story, as I hope you guys are as well. Anyway, I was just thinking about that, so I thought to bring it up. But yeah, on with the show. Again, Nathan notices our expressions.
Is something wrong?
I seem to recall Otson Engineering working on something similar.
Yeah, Otten's an alumnus of U of E.
He used to work under Johansson until he left to start up his own company.
Do either of you know why he left? David and Nathan. Bah. David and Nathan exchanged uncomfortable glances.
Well, you didn't hear it from us, but Otten and his partner Shen Guan were part of some super hush-hush project.
The government was funding the whole thing, but something bad happened.
And by something bad, we mean someone died. It's not official, but that's the only reason they'd shut it down so suddenly.
Both Otten and Guam were booted from the university. I guess they were the scapegoats.
Otten started his own company and Shen Guan disappeared.
Okay. It's only 3:45 in the afternoon. No, it's not. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. Yawning. Whatever. Nathan lowers his voice.
I heard that he moved to China where he could continue his research.
He glances sideways at David.
Maybe we should ask Aaron if he's seen him.
Ha ha.
Do you know anything about the old project? Like, what it was about?
You'd have to ask Jupe for the details.
Yeah, she's the only one who's seen the old project files.
Well, her and Johansson, but he doesn't seem to be around right now.
Or from now on. My expression freezes, and I nod. Clearly, I'm not supposed to be talking about Dr. Johansson's death yet. David shrugs and pokes at a fry without much enthusiasm.
It's basically Jupe's lab these days.
Hey, at least she named you second in command.
David rolls his eyes.
Yeah, like that means anything. She's still in charge.
If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Nathan laughs and gives David a teasing punch in the shoulder. Limei tenses up and suddenly seems very interested in her last few bites of food.
Anyway, kiddos, we've got to finish this before morning recitations.
He motions to the stack of papers on the table. We won't keep you any longer. Thanks for talking with us.
Anytime.
Limei stands, offers a quick bow, and the two of us leave David and Nathan behind to finish their grading. As soon as Limei and I exit the building, she stops and sighs. What's wrong? I noticed you didn't like something they said. She nods and takes a small breath.
There's fear and frustration, but they're too close. I cannot tell which is which.
So they're not as happy here as they claim. Limei nods. I laugh derisively. In the end, no one is. The two of us take our time walking back to the dorms. Limei remains silent, but I can tell she is thinking about something. What's on your mind?
Is it real?
Is what real?
Being built from man-made things?
You're talking about Otten's work growing organs? She nods. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, it's not the body that makes you a person, it's you. I'm not sure if I can explain it, but people aren't fashioned in a lab. Not the part that matters, at least. So yeah, I think it's real. She takes in my words silently, and spends the rest of our walk deep in thought. Augie's waiting for us when we arrive at the dorms.
Glad you could make it back.
What she said. How long have I been playing? I have a little bit of time left. I've been watching E3 the last couple days, live stream, so haven't been doing much recording or playing anything, so yeah. Yeah. We briefly made eye contact, but I still feel bad about our argument earlier today. How's Naoki?
He'll live. He's resting in the room right now.
Aki kneels in front of Lee Mei.
Are you okay?
Lee Mei nods weakly.
I'm well.
Don't lie.
She touches Lee Mei, and the young girl's body visibly relaxes.
You're not alone. Stop behaving as if you are.
Aki takes both of Lee Mei's hands in hers.
Do you want me to sit with you?
Lee Mei looks surprised.
But Naoki,
You were both there. You both need a break. Do you want me to sit with you?
please.
Aki turns to me.
I'm going to stay with Lee Mei until she goes to sleep. After that, we need to talk.
I'm gonna bite your head off. Aren't we next door? Or wait, no, different wings or something, right? Is there a reason? I'm gonna miss something if I don't go do a certain thing, aren't I? Whatever, let's just save the game anyway. So if they're saying one of these routes I might see something or hear something if I wait here. Screw it. I'll be in my room then. Aki nods, and she guides Lee Mei down the other hall to their room. I head to Aaron's room and knock on the door gently before entering. Aaron lies in his bed, wrapped tightly in blankets. His breathing is heavy and labored, but he's clearly asleep. Naoki is sitting up in the bed, with the covers pulled around him. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Leave the lying to your sister. You're terrible at it.
Aki doesn't lie.
Right. She just tells misleading truths.
She says what she has to.
He's angry. He glares at me. Okay, this conversation isn't going so well. I didn't mean to come in and start an argument or anything. Naoki sighs and leans back.
I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you apologizing?
Because I feel bad.
About what? It's not like this is your fault.
I shouldn't have gone alone.
What happened, anyway? Naoki glances at Aaron's sleeping figure. He sighs and lowers his voice. Should you have him talking about this kind of stuff if he's this... I don't know, he seems to have some kind of paranoia, which, I mean, I don't blame him, but whatever.
It's easiest to tell people I have a perfect memory, but it doesn't work the way you'd think. I don't look at a book and memorize all the words. Instead, I remember what it was like to read the book.
So you remember what it was like to experience the death. And not just what the death was like, or what it looked like. Ugh.
I remember the way each page turn feels, the warmth of the room, and what I think and feel as I read it. I memorize all of my experiences, and they stay in my mind forever, as clear as the day I first experienced them.
He draws his knees up under his chin.
I won't just remember what happened today. I'll relive it all. The smell of the blood, the pounding of my heart. It's a part of me that I'll never be able to erase.
He pauses to take a shaky breath.
It sort of pounds inside my head every day, as if I'm still experiencing it. It takes a little time for me to get used to it, but I'll live.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. I didn't expect you to.
He forces a smile.
Besides, I've had worse.
Really? That doesn't make me feel better at all. In fact, I think that makes me feel worse. Naoki laughs sadly.
That's why Aki tries to keep me away from anything too traumatic. I just didn't want to inconvenience her.
I'm not sure what to say. Defend Aki or tell him to man up. Because that's kind of defending Aki, right? Sort of? I don't know, screw up. It's not an inconvenience if she loves you.
I know, but it won't stop me from feeling guilty about it.
Listen, dude, I don't know what you've been through or the sort of baggage you've got, but it's obvious Aki cares about you. And if you keep feeling guilty about it, then you're pushing her away. It's like saying you don't want her to love you.
But that's not true at all.
Then don't think of yourself as a burden. Find a way to pay her back. Take care of her, too. Make it an equal relationship. He smiles sadly.
I know if I stay like this, it'll be harder on both of us.
He sighs and puts his hand to his head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I can stay up much longer. Is it okay if I get some rest?
Go for it. Oh, sure. I tuck her out of the room quickly. Aki is waiting outside. He, looks... She smiles a wary smile.
We've weathered worse.
Yeah. He said the same thing. I really don't think that makes things any better.
Do you have a moment to talk about what happened earlier?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Likewise. I expected you to know things you were never told.
Well, I know now.
Naoki told you?
About how his kansei works? Yeah.
He's got some pretty dark memories, you know. Our mother died during childbirth, and our father wound up blaming us for it.
She sighs.
It's not a part of our history I'm especially thrilled to think about.
She seats herself on the couch and leans back with a heavy sigh. He really means a lot to you, doesn't he?
He's my little brother. I'd raise the world to the ground if I knew it would keep him safe.
She sighs.
I hope I don't sound crazy. It's kind of a protective older sibling thing.
I know. I'm the same. Aka regards me with a curious glint in her eye.
You?
I had a sister. Her expression softens.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's not your fault.
What was she like, if you don't mind my asking?
We grew up in the same foster home. We weren't related by blood, but it didn't matter. I paused for a moment to pick my words. I haven't spoken about her in so long. She got sick a lot, so she didn't spend much time with the other kids. And I'm not exactly a social person. I smirk, like you couldn't tell.
I had a guess.
I avoided the others as much as I could, but she wouldn't leave me alone. She always tried to make me happy, and I hated it. Aki raises an eyebrow. Hey, don't judge. Sometimes you just want to be angry at the world for no reason. She never gave up on me, though. I still don't know why she'd care about someone like me. Maybe she felt a kinship because neither of us knew who our parents were. Maybe the other kids were too loud for her. All I know is that she was family. She always saw the positive side of things. I was a real pessimist back then.
Unlike now.
I was just gonna say, and you're not now? I laughed ruefully. I was worse back then, if you can believe that. I used to have these terrible mood swings. She never understood, but that didn't change the fact that she loved me. We'd argue about everything, then stand up for each other when the other kids tried to pick fights. Everyone else thought it was weird. We used to have these daydreams where our parents would show up one day and we'd discover we really were related, and we'd laugh at everyone for doubting us. I tug at a strand of my hair. I even dyed my hair to match hers. Wanted to look the same. I still do. Once a year on her birthday. I shake my head. It sounds so stupid when I say it out loud.
It doesn't sound stupid at all. You wanted to connect. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it was a fantasy. A child's dream.
You still love her. That's not a fantasy. Family isn't about blood or hair color. You're her brother.
I was her brother.
You still are.
But she's gone.
If a mother passes away, her children are still her children. You're still her brother.
Aki states it so simply. I'm at a loss as to how to respond. She straightens up and brushes off a bit of imaginary dust from her shirt.
Come on.
What?
Older siblings unite?
She offers me her hand. I laugh and grasp her hand in mine. Sure. Older siblings unite. The two of us stare at the ceiling for a few silent moments before Aki breaks the silence. But what? We don't know, because I'm going to end this part here. It's always hard to figure out where to end it, because one line too long and I can be into an entirely different conversation. So, yep, sorry, I'm going to end this part here, but the next video will be up soon. So, I hope you're enjoying it so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back real soon, like I said. Alright, well, goodbye.